Today I am celebrating the life and the work of Liam Scheff, a man who I only discovered in recent years, mostly through material I saw online, videos that he'd recorded on YouTube, most of them still available. And I'm wondering what I was researching at the time that led me on to him. I think it was around about the time of lockdowns, and he was someone who did an enormous amount of research into the efficacy of vaccines. So that's how come I discovered him. And he was an avid researcher who looked profoundly into all sorts of subjects. And I believe that one of the first things that he was researching was around the time of the AIDS epidemic. And if I'm not mistaken, he was from New York, where there were experiments being rolled out in children's homes that were examining the efficacy of particular drugs, and very vulnerable people were being exploited like human guinea pigs, and he brought a lot of this to light. Liam Scheff was a very sharp man, an absolutely brilliant mind, a youthful spirit, very open-minded, poetical at times, but extremely lucid. And after discovering him, I bought one of his books. It might have been his only book, called Official Stories, which is an absolutely brilliant read. And it examines a whole load of different controversial subjects, from the death of JFK to the Twin Towers to AIDS, to tectonic plates and all sorts of other unrelated theories that are commonly held beliefs. And he examines them from the point of view of, okay, let's look at what the official story is, and let's see how much water it holds if we really believe what is told by governmental bodies and other establishment institutions when they, proclaim that this is the official story. And it's incredible. It's such a brilliant read. It's really good fun, but it is astounding to see how ridiculous the official stories of many of these big subjects are when you really begin to examine them. Just taking what they say as gospel, it just beggars belief. It just becomes preposterous very, very quickly. If I'm not mistaken, there's a chapter on gravity, upon the theory of gravity, upon the theory of evolution, and points at massive gaping holes in these theories. I think the subject on gravity, the chapter on gravity, must be one of the last ones, because I believe it leads into the theory of the electrical universe, which is gaining ground now as a far more cohesive explanation of the workings of the physical universe. So Liam Scheff, his book Official Stories, I think with time is increasingly being shown to have been very, very well founded, and it's something that I recommend to everyone. So today I would like to honour the spirit of defiance, because he was ridiculed and suffered a lot of derision for the positions that he took, because they were controversial. He was willing to stand by the evidence that he accumulated, and fearlessly stand up for what he believed in. So the world is a sadder place without him, because it would have been absolutely fascinating to see what he would be expounding now, given all of the craziness that's going on. I'm sure he would have had some really brilliant perspectives to share. So today I'm celebrating Liam Scheff.